Oh, we're also streaming. Oh, is that how it works? I was waiting, Marty, to hear. That's what I was waiting to hear. Well, hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, December 21st, 2021. I am Susie McCrae, and I am a proud global founder of a company called Onpassive. And today is our Let's Bless Our Loved Ones guest webinar, where you've been invited by someone who really cares about you. We believe becoming a founder and being part of Onpassive is a blessing. And today you should feel loved and lucky that you have the opportunity to hear this presentation and then come on board as a founder, because the opportunity to do that is going to be gone very soon. We do not come here to convince, pester, or pressure at all. We are transparent. We're excited about this business. We're here on our own time to help explain things to you. So I'm going to introduce our first speaker, then we're going to hear a presentation, and then I will be back, and we will, any questions our guests have, we'll make sure we get them answered for you. And you also will have the opportunity to have a copy of this presentation. So sit back and enjoy. Our first speaker today is Marty Degarmo. He comes to us from New Jersey in the United States. Marty, for over 17 years, was a project manager in the corporate world. He worked for a large company, traveled all across the globe. And then after that, for the last 15 plus years, Marty has done online marketing, online businesses. And what I love about Marty is Marty has seen it all. He has a lot of wisdom. He is a great online marketer, but he also struggled in doing that and helping his teams. So when he saw Onpassive, he knew it was a win-win for himself and everybody else. And so sit back and listen to his story. He has a lot of wisdom, like I said. So Marty, it's all yours, and I'll be back for Q&A.
Fantastic. Thank you, Susie. Looking good as you ought to. Anyway, hello, everybody, and welcome. We're going to spend the next 35, 40, 45 minutes explaining a business that I feel is second to none. I was fortunate to find this business a couple of years ago and wish it was around 17 years ago, so I wouldn't have went through the hardship of losing more money than anyone online, I think. Little about myself, 61 years old, 62 very soon, like next month. And I've been online, like Susie said, since 2004. And I got on for the same reason as most people. I wanted to generate an income online. Because like many people, I created a family faster than I created an income. And I thought, well, I saw some people doing very well, and I mean some, doing very, very well online. And I thought, if they could do it, I can too. And I started this journey by getting in a business. I can't even tell you what the first one was. I can't tell you what the 100th one was, but I can tell you the story of what it was like. Get into a business, and I think you're going to relate to this, some of you, most of you, maybe different, a little different story, but the same result. Get into a business, you do everything they tell you, you watch, you read books, you listen to tapes, you make a list of everybody in your family, all your friends and family. They tell you how to go through and learn how to take notes, and so I did this long enough that my family runs when they see me, right? Just like everybody else. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. And I said, hey, and boom, they're gone. They're in the closet. They're running downstairs. It's pretty painful, okay? But I mean, I can't blame them. But my intent was, I truly wanted to help people, and I truly thought if we did it and could do well, I could share it with other people. Naive, I would say, yes. But here's where the problem was. Most of the companies that I joined, if not all of them, were not designed for people to be successful. They're just not, from the very beginning, A to Z, they're not designed so that everyone has a fair a fair playing field, right? So yeah, if you're a guru and you know how to market and you know how to build a list and in some cases be gutless and people are just a number and you can pile people in faster than they quit, you can make money online. I just don't think that's a definition of success, not in my book. So about 10 years ago now, which I can't believe it, I ran into two gentlemen here, Mike Allison, Dan Straight, and I'm sure they're wondering sometime during that travel, what the heck am I doing? But anyway, all three of us were too stubborn to quit. So, but we got together and found that there was different skills that each one of us had. And combined, all three of us, we started to do fairly well. We hit one of the hurdles was, can you build a team? Eventually, yes, we did. We learned how to market. We did it on a pretty low budget. And then the banker came in, which is Dan Street, and he raised that budget for us. And we did build teams, good sized teams, a few thousand. You think, wow, they had it made. You know, and what happened was, as you build these teams, forget what the business is, because I'm going to get into that 1 second. And Mike's going to get into details that I can't do because I'll be all over the place and you're going to go, well, this guy's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right? So, but let me make it what I can get. I'm going to lead you to Mike, okay? But what happened was we get in and we get into business, right? We start building a team. And now what happens? Okay, we start making a little money and you can't duplicate what you did. Why? Because I'm meeting me and Mike and Dan who just started today or maybe a week ago or a month ago. They don't know how to build a team. They don't know how to build a list. So you're going, holy cow. Oh, we'll help them. We'll duplicate what we're doing. You can't. And the gurus that tell you they can, secret. They're lying. Or maybe not lying, that's a harsh word, but they're not telling you the truth because it's impossible. Name one. I don't care if you've been in a month or 10 years. Give me one name on all of the internet that you followed and you were successful and you get a residual income. Just give me one. I'm waiting. I'm not going to wait because you can't, right? If you could, you wouldn't have 98% of the people that make no money. And listen, that number is even worse than that. And the number is worse, not just the percentage. You know why? You don't lose money online. I mean, you may not make money online. You actually lose money is what I'm trying to say. Why? Every month you have an auto ship. So you're going to pay every single month. So not only are you not making any money, not only did you drive your friends and family in hiding, you now are paying every month. So you're debating, can I afford to stay in this business that's going to make me money? And the answer is in most cases, absolutely not. So then we realized the only way to make money online is bring people in faster than they quit. Well, I didn't want to do that. Why? Because people are people. I want as many people to come with us and enjoy what we're doing instead of just slamming so many people in that eventually you get up to that hump where you're doing fairly well. But guess what? If you stop any one of these big gurus you see, unless you're a Tony Robbins or some big 1%, less than 1% name, you stop, you lose your house, you lose your jet, that perfect wife and kid are gone. I mean, everything falls apart instantly because that's reality. Any one of them quit marketing, they're done. Why? Because people are slowly quitting. And the basic reason they quit is they're not making any money. Don't make it any worse than that. And sometimes the products are garbage. You're really trying to push something that they can get at CVS, 25 to 30% less money, right? It don't cost as much, but they'll tell you, yeah, but this is better. How do you prove better? This is 30% better than what you're getting. Really? How do you know? It says it is. I say I'm thin, right? I mean, it's not true. And you can't prove it anyway. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to introduce Mike Allison. Mike Allison will explain this business A to Z very, very easily. And if you go, man, something there I love, but I'm not 100% sure, you can write me at unpassivenation@gmail.com. I will send you a copy of this webinar. Everyone here is super at this business. They can answer anything you want. So when I'm done and Mike's done, we'll go to a Q&A for people that are guests. I know the founders want to jump in, but this is not your turn. And we'll answer anything that you have. And like I said, keep in your mind, no matter what even what you hear from Mike or any of the guests, it's 100% automated, 100% automated, and you don't have to have any skills. The company will build this whole business for you, A to Z. It's that simple. So I'm going to turn it over to Mike, a friend of mine and a business partner. We finally found a gold mine, and I'm so happy. And I believe you're going to see the same thing in the next 25 minutes. Michael, it's all yours.
Yeah, no, thanks, Marty, and thanks, Susie. You all have already brought a lot to the table and given a lot of great information. And what I'm going to do today is just get very, very specific as to what Onpassive is doing. And this is, again, Susie mentioned it, Marty mentioned it. This is for the new people that are here. It is not for the founding members. We have a lot of founding members here. We have a lot of new people here. What I'm going to be talking about is specifically for you. And you're here because someone told you there might be a way forward to actually building wealth. That's why we all come into Onpassive initially. We're looking for a way to get out of the situation we're in, the financial situation we're in, and get in a place of independence, liberty, and freedom. And that's what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to give you some very, very specific things that Onpassive is going to be doing for you. And again, that's why we all came into Onpassive initially. I want to start with the company of Onpassive, and then I'll get with what Onpassive is going to do for you. Let's start with the company of Onpassive, because we are entering a new season right now. As I came into Onpassive, Onpassive was developed by a gentleman named Ash Mufareh. He's a CEO, visionary, brain trust behind Onpassive. And his vision, although very, very large, initially he started out very, very small. He was going to come in, build an automated marketing platform, put it out to the world, and people that marketed online could come into Onpassive and have all the tools we use to market online. That vision changed very, very quickly. As Ash Mufareh started to build and develop Onpassive, he found out that not only could he do the automated marketing platform, that's one of the products of Onpassive, but he found that he could do it all. And when his vision changed, it just took time for Ash to do all the things he needed to do to implement Onpassive for all of us. So as Onpassive started developing the business, as Ash started to develop the business of Onpassive, started very, very small and then got very, very big very, very quickly. Today, Onpassive is a reality. It's a done deal. And yes, it's taken about 3 years to get to this point. But because of what Ash and his team have done, they've gotten into a position, and Marty talked about it a little bit, where as they go into the global launch of Onpassive, and we are in that process right now, they will not be launching as a small fry. They will be launching as a mega corporation. They are massive. And as Onpassive launches to the world, they will be a unicorn company. And again, this has never been done in the history of business, in the history of the world. A company going into the global launch as a multi-billion-dollar company has never been done before. So what Ash and his team have done, it really is extraordinary. And as Ash started to develop Onpassive, one of the things in the back of his mind, one of the main things he wanted to do was to make sure nobody got left behind. He wanted people to come into Onpassive, and rather than 97% of the people coming online and failing, that 97% of the people coming into Onpassive would succeed. And that is one of the things that Ash has promised us, that as you come into Onpassive, you will be forced to be successful. What does that mean? It just means you're going to be forced to make money. And I'm going to get into that in just a little bit. So as we look at Onpassive, they are a massive corporation right now. There are a lot of moving parts to Onpassive. And again, today, Onpassive is a reality. It has come into fruition. But as we look at Onpassive and what they've done, Ash and his team have made it very, very simple for you and I to come in and participate with Onpassive. Let's talk about the products of Onpassive very quickly before I get into what Onpassive is going to be doing for you. The products of Onpassive, they are AI IT products, artificial intelligence, informational technology products, okay? These are digital products online. All of these products are in high demand. In other words, there's a lot of people using these products that other people are servicing right now, other businesses are serving. They're in high demand. And what Onpassive has done is they've come in, pick these niches that are in high demand. In other words, very, very large volume niches. They do billions and billions of dollars a year. Ash has come in with his tech team in Hyderabad, come into these niches, developed a product, made it from the ground up, proprietary, cutting edge technology, brand new technology, superior products at a lower price point, okay? When you look at the niches that Ash has picked, they are hundreds of billions of dollars of revenue coming in to different businesses right now. Because of what Ash has done, we believe that we're going to take a substantial amount of that market away from those companies that are servicing these niches right now. And the products that Onpassive has picked, they range from, again, the automated marketing platform has all the tools that we use to market online, to an educational platform, to an HR platform, a human resources platform that companies come in and manage their human resources department, to a communication network, a communication platform with emails, with webinars, Zooms, just like this one, webinars. This is a Zoom webinar, but our webinar is OConnect. So they have a range of products. And right now Onpassive has about 50 products, and that number is growing every week, every month. Ash is always working on new products that he believes they can get into and make a major difference in the market. So as we look at the products of Onpassive, I want to give you just a quick example of the volume that's going to be coming as we go into the global launch of Onpassive, because that's very, very important. The amount of volume that Onpassive is going to be bringing in will influence us directly, because the more income, wealth that Onpassive brings in, the more we benefit from it. So if we look at one of the products of Onpassive, and again, we'll look at OConnect, which is the Onpassive webinar service, webinar platform. We are on Zoom right now. And Zoom is one of the big players in the block. They do about $123 billion in revenue a year with this Zoom service. That is a big player. That is a massive market. Now, because of what Onpassive has done, superior product, lower price point, people are going to flood into Onpassive. Why? It makes their life easier. It makes their business easier. It makes their bottom line better. Anytime you can do that with a superior product, people will flock into Onpassive. And as we look at the Zoom doing 123 billion in the last 12 months in revenue, and I've talked to some of the technicians that have come into Onpassive and are participating with Onpassive, and they're very, very excited because they know the language, they know the technology, they know what's going to happen based on the products of Onpassive. And they have said very, very nonchalantly that they believe with this one product, the webinar platform, OConnect, that Onpassive is going to take 95% of that market away from those individuals that are servicing this market today. And there are about 25 of them right now. Zoom is the largest. When you think about that, taking $123 billion worth of business, or 95% of that, away from the individual servicing this particular niche, it is massive. That's one product. And the amount of money that's going to be coming in, that's how we get paid. As customers come into Onpassive, and Onpassive is primarily a customer-based business, but as customers come into Onpassive, they come in, they buy the products, they're going to love the products, and they will use them month after month after month. As these customers come in, land under each and every one of us, we get paid a certain percentage of that, just like a individual that is a commission sales individual. He works for a company, she works for a company. They do $100 sale, they get $10 that lands in their kitty. That's how it's going to work with Unpassive. But when you think about the volume that's going to be coming into Unpassive, again, one product, $123 billion in revenue, it is massive. And I'm going to get into those numbers a little bit more, and the volume on Passive, it's extremely impressive. So as we look at Unpassive, and we are going into the global launch of Unpassive, how is this all going to work for you? What is Unpassive going to do for you so that you can come in and not only build an income, build a residual income, and then start building wealth online? Again, that's the first question we all have. And initially, that's all that matters as we come into any company. And because of what Ash and his team have done for us, those individuals that are participating with Unpassive, he's given us all the ability to do those three things: income, residual income, and build wealth. So what's Unpassive going to be doing for you? As we look at Unpassive, again, they're an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology company. As we come into Unpassive, what they're going to do for each and every one of us is they're going to build us a sales platform. Okay, they're going to hook it up to AI, and the sales platform is going to be built with the IT tools of Unpassive, informational technology tools of Unpassive. Once they do that, they're going to hook it up to AI, artificial intelligence. Now, Marty talked about this very, very briefly, but when you do those two things, all of a sudden, Unpassive has built a business for you that is 100% automated. Okay, Unpassive is going to do everything. They're going to do all the work for us. Now, as we do that, it doesn't stop there. Unpassive, again, they're going to reach back into their IT tools. They're going to pull out another tool. That tool is traffic. Unpassive is the best that I've ever seen online at driving traffic. Marty, Dan, and I, we've been driving traffic for years now. We're pretty good at it. But when we saw what Ash and his team could do, we really felt inadequate. I mean, just like paupers. They are so good at getting good qualified eyes in front of their products. It's unbelievable. And that's what Unpassive is going to do. They're going to start bringing in customers. They're going to drive traffic. And as customers come in, Unpassive is going to manage all of this. As customers come in, they're going to manage the customers. As customers look at the product, they're going to manage that. As customers buy the products, they're going to manage that. And as customers use the products, they're going to manage that. Again, sales platform hooked up to AI, driving traffic, 100% automated. This is what Unpassive is going to be doing for all of us. And when we think about the amount of traffic that Unpassive is going to be bringing in, our market today is about 4.5 to 5 billion people around the world. It is a massive market. And when you think about traffic, I don't know, about 8 months ago, Ash and his team decided to test their traffic sources. And they wanted to see how quickly they could bring in 1 million opt-ins. And 1 million opt-ins is literally getting people to come in, interested in what you're doing, giving you their name, their email address, and their phone number. Okay. They didn't know how long this was going to take. So they just started the process. And in a matter of 4 days, they had brought in 1 million opt-ins, qualified eyes that wanted to look at what they had to offer. Now, this was extraordinary. And the reason it's extraordinary is because they did this before their traffic sources were hooked up to AI, artificial intelligence. When you hook it up to artificial intelligence, instead of doing it in 4 days, I believe you can do it in 2 million opt-ins, or 1 or 12 hours. And this shows you, again, the sheer volume that's going to be coming into Unpassive as we go into the global launch. So it's really extraordinary what Ash and his team have done for us. He's given us a business that as you come into it, it is a self-funding business. I'll get to that in a second. He's going to force you to be successful. That means he's going to force you to make money online. I haven't heard an argument against that in the 2.5 years that I've been in Unpassive. And then the product side and the customer side, it is so ingenious what he's done. Products, superior, lower price point, customers coming in. Again, if you build a better mousetrap, people will flock to your door. That's what Ash and his team have done for us. And he's kept it very, very simple, even though the business of Unpassive, the company of Unpassive, extremely complicated. But what we have to do to participate and benefit with everything that Unpassive is going to be doing, very, very simple. So how do we all come into Unpassive? Okay, now we are in a very, very narrow window today. That's how close we are to the global launch of Unpassive. Today, there is a position. It is the founder position. It is a $97. I think Marty talked about it. Maybe Susie did too. It's a $97 with a $5 charge. The credit card company, the bank charges you $5, $102. It'll give you the opportunity to come into Unpassive and lock your position in the corporate structure of Unpassive and lock your position in the pay structure of Unpassive. This is so unusual that a company would give us the opportunity to come in and be founding members of the company. It's an early bird position. And when you do that, there are benefits that Ash and his team are giving us because we are founders. And a couple of those, number one, you have the opportunity to come in and share the opportunity with other people. And I've done that for 2.5 years. Why? Because I care about people, I love my family, and I don't want them to miss this opportunity because it will set them free. Another benefit of becoming a founding member, we talked a little bit about traffic. Traffic is the key to everything. As you come in and become a founding member, Ash has guaranteed that you will have great qualified traffic as you come into Unpassive, and you're going to get a little bit more than everybody else. Just those two things alone, I would be in Unpassive. I would be a founding member because I know what the future is going to hold. So the founding membership, $97. This is a one-time fee. You'll pay it once out of pocket. You'll never have to go out of pocket again. Boom. So as Unpassive launches to the world, the global launch, how are the founders going to come into Unpassive? And again, becoming a founder today, I believe we only have a few weeks left. That's it, guys. Once the founding position is eliminated, the amount of founders that are in Unpassive will never change. You will not be able to come in and become a founder after we go into the global launch of Unpassive. So once we go into the global launch of Unpassive, how do the founders come in and participate with Unpassive? As Unpassive goes into the global launch, we will all come into Unpassive. We will all have to become customers. Again, Unpassive is primarily a customer-based business. So we come in, we become customers. When we become customers, we get all the tools, all the products of Unpassive. Then we go into the back office, we click a button, we become independent resellers of the IT product. That process we all have to go through that process, because if we don't click that button in the back office, Unpassive can't pay us, and we want to get paid. So that's the process. We'll back up to the becoming a customer in Unpassive. As we become a customer in Unpassive, there is a subscription fee. Okay, it is a monthly fee. I know. I told you pay once, you never have to pay again. That's true. These two fees we'll have to pay once, we'll never have to pay again, even though the subscription fee is a monthly fee, and I'll explain that in a second. We believe the subscription fee will be between $200 and $300. Okay, I always say $300. If it's less than that, it'll be a nice surprise. We'll come in, pay that subscription fee, we get all the products of Unpassive, and when we get all the products of Unpassive, that's when Unpassive can go to work for us. Now, the subscription fee, it is a monthly fee, but we will pay the preceding months after that with the profits that Unpassive will be paying us. The profits, the commission that we make from Unpassive selling products to customers and those customers landing underneath us. Now, as we get all the products of Unpassive, it's very, very important to understand this is when Unpassive can go to work for us. They can take the IT tools of Unpassive, they can build the sales platform for us, they can hook it up to AI, makes it 100% automated, and then they're going to start driving traffic, massive, massive traffic through our business, our organization, and as a certain percentage of customers land underneath us, we get paid off of those customers. Now, remember, the customers, they're also paying a monthly fee, and they've been doing it for years with other companies that were supplying similar products, not anywhere near as good as Unpassive, but similar products. They paid a monthly fee. With Unpassive, as they come in and pay that monthly fee, it's really, really important for you and I, okay? And the reason it's important, number one, you start building an income. Customers come in, you get a commission off those customers. They're paying monthly. All of a sudden, your income becomes residual, okay? Once you meet your financial needs, your monthly financial needs, now you can start building wealth. This is what Ash Bufara has put together for all of us. as we go into the global launch, and we are weeks away from that, you're in a really, really unique position to start taking advantage of everything Onpassive has to offer now, not in a year or 2.5, like myself. And by the way, the journey's been a really, really great journey, but we're at a place now where the money's going to start changing hands. And as you come in and look at Onpassive, you don't have to go through that journey of 2.5 years. Okay. It's been extraordinary. What Ash and his team have done is revolutionary. And the most beneficial thing that I think Ash has done is given us all the way forward to build wealth, build an income, and really take care of ourselves, our family, and our financial bottom line. Before I turn it back over to Susie, I want to talk about the sheer volume that's going to be coming into Onpassive. And I want to talk about 4 products. And it'll give you an idea, not only the size of Onpassive, but the size of the market that Onpassive is going to be bringing to us, those individuals, those founders, those individuals participating. I want to talk about OConnect, which is the webinar service. I want to talk about OStaff, which is the HR service. I want to talk about OConnect. What did I say? OConnect, OStaff, OAcademy. That's the educational platform. Sorry, guys. And then I want to talk about the OTraffic, the traffic source that Onpassive has. As we look at these 4 niches, and they are absolutely massive, they bring in about $483 billion worth of revenue a year. That's how much business is done in these 4 particular niches. Now, if we think about Onpassive coming in and just taking 10% of those 4 products, the market of those 4 products is $48 billion. And we believe they'll do that the first year. Okay, that's 1 year, $48 billion coming into Onpassive, and you and I participating with Onpassive. Now, Ash Mufareh, again, CEO of Onpassive, he has told us that he wants to share the majority of the wealth with the founding members of Onpassive. Majority, not 10, 12, 15%, the majority of the wealth, 51, 55, 60, 65% of the wealth coming into Onpassive will be distributed to you and I. 48 billion with 4 products. Those are 4 products of Onpassive. There are over 50 of them, all of them, cutting edge, superior, lower price point. How much money, how much revenue is Onpassive going to be bringing in the first year? It's really, really hard to say, but I think it's going to be significantly more than I've talked about. When you think about Onpassive, 6 months ago, they made a projection that they believed 100 million people would come in, 100 million customers would come into Onpassive the first year. I think today, because of what Ash and his team have done, it's so underestimated. I think it's going to be a lot more than that. And again, it's the volume coming in. And if we have 100 or 150 or 200 million customers coming in, and on average spending $300, and 50, 55, 60% of that wealth coming into Onpassive comes to you and I, it shows you a way forward to take care of that bottom line, to take care of yourself, take care of your family, and live that lifestyle you might have only dreamt about today. Onpassive is one of those unique companies, one of those unique opportunities. They are a global company. We're in over 200 countries today. They will never add qualifications other than the 2 payments that you're going to have to pay. Again, the $97 and the $300 subscription fee, around $400. You'll pay that once. You'll never have to go out of pocket again. They will never make any other qualifications for you in order for you to make money. And the amount of money that you can make, they will never put a limit on it. Okay. Again, Onpassive is doing things that no other company in history has ever done. They use AI to give us 100% automated business. And when that happens, things start to change, and they start to change in a hurry. Again, Onpassive is in the process of the global launch today. We are weeks away from the global launch of Onpassive. Those individuals that have been in for a year, 2, 3 years, your wait's over 2, and I know you already know that. But those individuals coming in today, You're going to be able to benefit from Onpassive in weeks, not months and years. And that's a very, very exciting thing, because as you come in and Onpassive goes to work for you, you're going to be able to actually start taking care of those financial needs. And then you're going to see a way forward to be in a position where you don't even worry about finances. So this is Onpassive. It was made for you and I. Come on in. I always recommend you become a founding member, continue to explore Onpassive. And as you do, you're going to find that Onpassive gets better and better and better. That's just the heart of Ash Mufareh. That's what he's done. And Onpassive again today, it is a reality. Susie, back over to you. And if I miss something, go ahead and add it.
No, that was wonderful. Thank you, Marty, for introducing yourself, and Mike for a great presentation. Always love hearing it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, these are exciting times, and you explained it very well. We appreciate that. I'm going to go over a few things, and then we're going to hear from our panel in a bit. Okay, so if you are a guest today, I'm going to open up the chat. And there's two different ways that you can ask questions. As we said, we do have some founders with us today. Please refrain from typing questions or raising your hand to be on the panel. Today is about our guests, so we appreciate that you respect that. So if you are a guest and you have a question, you can go down and raise your hand, either on your phone, there's an icon to do it, or on the computer. We'll see it on our end. We will bring you onto the panel. Your screen will change. You'll have to say, yes, you accept coming on as a panelist. And then you can unmute yourself. I'll call on you and you can ask your question. If you're shy, you can go down to the chat and type in your question, and I'll rely on the other panelists here to help me decipher those. So that's how we're going to do things. We're going to get started with the Q&A in just a few minutes, guests only. But in the meantime, I'd like to introduce some people on the panel that can give their 2 cents as far as what the words of wisdom they have about Onpassive. So I'd like to start off with Mr. Red Redfern here. We call him Mr. Q&A because he never gets stumped with any question. And he comes from the UK. Red has been involved in Onpassive for a little bit over 3 years. He has over 100% belief and understands this vision and this company inside and out. So Red, if you'd like to say a few words, and I'll be on the lookout for some questions.
Thank you, Mike, Marty, and Susie. And hello, the rest of the panel. Great to be here with you guys. So, as Susie said, I've been in Onpassive now for well over 3 years, and my belief is as strong now as it ever was when I first looked at this opportunity. In fact, it's got even stronger because the vision's got bigger, and it is an amazing opportunity for everyone. One of the things I love about Onpassive is the ability for absolutely everybody from all walks of life, from all standards, cultures, whatever it may be, to be able to be successful online just by participating in this founder's position within Onpassive. There is no qualifications. Anybody can do it. All you got to do is find that founder's fee and you're in. And once you are in, you will win. It's as simple as that. I'd like to touch on one point which Mike brought up about our CEO wanting to give back the majority of the profits of Onpassive to us, the founders. Now, this is a very important point because most companies only give 5, maybe 10, 15% at tops back to any referrals or foundership itself. Now, here's a very little known part of one of the biggest companies in the world and what has happened to their foundership. Now, we all know Amazon. Amazon is the largest company online at the moment in the world. And Jeff Bezos has been having his tit for tat up there in space with the rest of his billionaires. I've got a bigger ship than you have. Anyway, he arrogantly came back down to earth and he got out and he said, I would like to thank my customers and my employees for giving me the money to be able to do this. This is why he's one of the wealthiest men in the world, because he likes keeping out that in its exception of the 40,000 millionaires in its inception. Just think where you will be as a founder in Onpassive. I would not be surprised if we do not have 100,000 or even 1 million millionaires coming from Onpassive. It's an amazing opportunity to get in at this early stage for the sake of that $97. Make a $97 decision today that will change not only your life, your family's life, and your friend's life in the future. Back over to you, Susie. Sorry about the internet, by the way.
Oh, that's okay. Some of the words came out slowly, but everyone understood you read. So we appreciate that. Okay, we're going to go to a guest who is on the panel who has a question. Let's see, Guyana, if you could unmute yourself, Gyana. Guyana Ratna, saw you previously on here. Hi there.
Hi everyone. Thank you for calling me. Actually, I am from Bangladesh. I living in New York. So I don't know well English as you. Thank you. Thank you for your.
Hi, let me ask you something. Are you a founder?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Today is questions for our guest only. Okay. So I'm going to put you back as an attendee. Today is for our guest. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for.
All righty. Once again, today is our guest webinar. Founders, we love you all, but please refrain from typing in the chat. You can get a copy of today's webinar by emailing onpassivenation@gmail.com. Please don't put your email in the chat. Instead, reach out and there you go. Marty just posted it. Thank you, Marty. Okay, next we'll go boy, girl, boy, I guess. So next we have on the panel Marina Favitt, who's here today from South Africa. Marina's been involved with Onpassive. You can see she joined in September 2019. Marina has done so much all across the globe with helping founders, supporting them, doing webinars, teaching and training. She knows it inside and out. She's full of life and always has some great wisdom to share with us. So Marina, if you'd like to say a few words.
Thank you, Susie. I think I'm going to keep you. You like the make me feel good person to have around.
That's what it's Christmas week. Here we go, right?
Thank you. Hello, Africa. Hello, world. I always get so excited. And the closer that we get to our official global launch, it's almost like it's mind-blowing when we realize this opportunity that crossed our path. And I always say, if you've asked God for a break in life, if you've just thought, when is my lucky break coming? This is it. There is no chance that you found yourself as a guest on this webinar. And the person that invited you, you are going to thank them tenfold, over and over and over again, because this is truly life-changing. Our CEO just has a heart for humanity and wants to help the average person that has not been successful online. And I know Marty mentioned it earlier, there's only about 2 to 3% of people online who are actually successful. Everyone else is just faking it and pretending to be. And they think it's success if they've just broken even and covered their product or whatever they're paying for the month. This is going to be life-changing. So after you have sorted yourself, filled your tank, bought the house, the car that you want, over time, this is not a get-rich-quick business. This is a global IT company, and the difference is our CEO is sharing the wealth with us. But he keeps telling us, get ready for the best shape of your life. And we know that whatever your financial goal is, that's a done deal. It's going to happen. We now discuss what are we going to do because there's going to be excess and abundance. Those are the words that he uses. And I know that that means a lot, you know. So we are now discussing what are we going to do. So if you have got a heart to serve others, to help others, to make a difference in your community, in your country, you are in the right place with Onpassive. And it's just so wonderful that everything is done for you. Once we launch, we all pay a one-time subscription and never have to go into your pocket again. Everything will come out of the commissions earned, out of profit. So it's really, really fantastic. And you can finally be in a position where you can leave a legacy that you can be proud of. So yes, just get in and you will win. Thanks.
There you go. Thank you, Marina. Always good to hear from you. Yeah, just quickly, I came in, it'll be 2 years in January. I was looking for a way to help promote my direct sales business and the people on my team to help them. And I came across Onpassive in a women's entrepreneur group, and I liked the few bullets I saw. I said, geez, this is great. This man, Ash Mufareh, understands marketing, traffic. I had struggled like trying to get eyes on my business with a website. So I said, this is great. I'm going to join Onpassive as a founder, and then I'm going to let them help promote my business. But soon what I realized was Onpassive will be my business. And the best part is I don't have to support the customers. Don't get me wrong. In my direct sales, I enjoyed working with people and supporting them. But when I found out I could be plugged in to a 24/7 automated that handles all of the customer support and everything hands-free, and if I want to use the tools to promote my other business, if I choose to, I can. I said, oh my goodness, this is a win-win. Ash Mufareh, our CEO, is brilliant. He understands this because to incorporate artificial intelligence with all of these products and tools, it is going to help so many people in their personal life, in their business life. It's going to not just give us founders income and help our bottom line, as Mike says it, but also it's going to help free up so much time for people. He gets this, he understands it, and he has built this for us all to be successful. And like we said, it really is hands-free. I mean, how wonderful is that? So we do have a few more panelists to speak. It looks like we're pretty good on questions right now, but next I'd like to introduce Andy Burks from the UK. Andy is our numbers guy. He understands numbers inside and out. Not really a techie, as he tells us, but he is very motivated and inspired by Onpassive, and he does a lot to help us in these webinars. And his point of view is so worth listening to. So Andy, if you want to share a few things, that would be great.
I don't know about that, Susie, but yes, thank you, and esteemed colleagues. She's right. I am not technically minded in any way, shape or form, but I love the simplicity of this. I love the fact that the bits that I can't do, like register a domain name, build a website, drive specific targeted traffic to that website, close the sale, deal with the customer support, I can't do any of that. I'm just a numbers guy. So I have not got a clue about the rest of it. But I love the simplicity of it. So let's just look at the numbers. This is simple and easy. So let's say, for argument's sake, that the company will give you your 3 very quickly. Can you guys hear me okay, or is the internet really bad?
Well,
we can, okay.
You're frozen up a little, but your voice is coming through.
All right, I shall wave my arms and then you'll be really confused. Right, so the company is going to provide us with 3 customers very quickly, and as Mike has mentioned, we only pay once out of pocket. But let's say, for argument's sake, as an example, that it's then going to take a further 3 months, or it is slow, isn't it? A further 3 months to provide 3 further customers, and then 3 months to provide 3 further customers for those customers, and so on and so forth. So it would go, U plus 3 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, plus your 4, 16, 16 times 3 is 48, plus your 16, 64, 16, 64 times 392, plus your 64, 256. So you'd have 256 customers at the end of the first year if you did absolutely nothing. Now, actually, if you get as excited as us on the panel here, you're going to share it with everybody. And for argument's sake, if you just shared it with 9 other people that saw what we see, then you're going to multiply those figures by 10. So instead of having 256 at the end of the year, you'd have 2,560 at the end of the year. Now that basically multiplies your income by 10. We don't know what the income is. It is patented, and we will find out when we get to launch. But bottom line is, you're going to multiply your income by 10 just by sharing this opportunity with 9 others that join us. But as Mike said, the window is closing, so don't waste time. Hope that helps, Susie. Back to you. And I
Yes,
should wave
it
again
does.
so that you can really see my hands go all over the place in slow-mo.
You're a little in slow motion, but we get it. And I just want to remind everyone, you know, we're not here to convince, pester, pressure you into doing anything. And we're not here to hype things up. And I just got to say, the numbers Andy was going through, we make sure we are extremely conservative when we talk about things. And what Andy was mentioning, those numbers are, in our opinion, very, very real. But more importantly, instead of just even focusing on those numbers, which is great, and we're all ready to see, you know, how the company's going to do. The best thing is that, when is the last time you've been invited to become a founder of a company of this magnitude with a CEO who wants to share it all with us? I got to tell you, I'm 60 years old. I've never, ever in my lifetime, nor will I ever in my lifetime, be presented with this. So that's why we call it Let's Bless Our Loved Ones webinar. So we're going to end today with none other than himself, but Mr. Dan Street. Dan has been involved with Onpassive. He was business partners with Marty and Mike Ellis as well. Marty, Mike, and Dan, as we call them. And Dan really understands the business. He's been involved on online businesses, and he is going to share a few words of wisdom. Go ahead, Dan.
Well, thanks, Susie, and great job, Mike, Red, Andy, Marina. You know, one of the things that we all realize with this company is that, you know, Mike gave a great presentation on all the aspects and all the features and benefits, and gave everybody a really good appreciation of what this company is all about and where it is. But all of us sitting here and all of the founding members of Onpassive, which is over 1 million, we are believers. We believe in this company. We believe in Ashmufara. And one of the reasons we do that is we're in over 215 countries. And all of us sitting here have developed relationships with people in over 215 countries. We've seen leaders develop in over 215 countries worldwide. And that doesn't happen if this isn't a real company with real products and real people. I mean, it just does not happen. So we know, as Mike mentioned, you know, we've got superior products with a superior value. And Ash is about 3 or 4 steps, maybe even 5 to 10 steps ahead of his competition. In fact, we don't even feel like we have competition right now. And so what that does for you as a founder and a business owner, an entrepreneur with Onpassive, is people will not quit your business. Marty was talking about how people quit faster than they could bring them in. And, it's a vicious cycle, but people will not quit your business. And that helps you succeed with Onpassive. And it also helps for the near term, and it also helps with your generational wealth. So once you subscribe to as a founder, and once you've activated your subscription with Onpassive, the company drives targeted traffic to your site and builds your business for you. I mean, how cool is that? And they have an AI software that's going to follow up on all your visitors, all your customers, all through an automated process. And it's just mind-boggling what they will do for you. And so the bottom line is you have the ability to change your life. And the solution is Onpassive, and it's very affordable. And we'd love to have you. So don't waste any time, though, because it's ending soon. There you go, Susie.
Okay.
Back to you.
Okay, yes, you did. You really brought up an excellent point, Dan, to everyone who's watching this. And it's true, customers are going to come in and they're not going to leave. And that's the beauty of it, because they are going to get the value of these products. You know, the products are superior, like Mike Ellis always say, at a lower price point. And I know the one HR platform called OStaff, I was involved in HR my entire career. I made financial decisions in one of my positions for software that only did about this much of what OStaff can do. And it was over $100,000 plus monthly fees. And anytime we wanted to add any managers, it cost more. And it pales in comparison to the product we have. So with that in mind, you can visit onpassive.com. If you go there, you can see all the products. You can look at videos, and you can read the FAQs, frequently asked questions about the products. It's just there right now before we're launching to the globe so that you can see it. I see Red has put the website down in the chat. So I want to thank everybody for attending today. We've also put down, if you want a copy, send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. Marty will send you a copy from today. Time is of the essence. Get back to the person who invited you. The sign up is pretty simple. You come take a look around in the back office. You can see our private webinars there. And once you hear our CEO speak, you are going to just keep wanting to hear more and more, and you're going to get more and more excited. And so that's it. We're going to end today. We thank everyone for attending, and everyone enjoy this holiday season. And if you have any questions we haven't been able to answer, get back to the person who invited you, because either they'll have the answer or they'll direct you to us. Okay. So goodbye, everybody.